Hello and welcome back. It's the day after Christmas, and today I want to show you guys another very important piece of the puzzle for a wood-burning stove, fire pit, really anything that you want to start a fire with. Kindling. Here you can see my kindling bucket is running pretty low. I make kindling outside and I bring it in here. I use this bucket to transport it. I keep the kindling in the back of the house, and I try to keep this bucket relatively full. And after I split the kindling outside, it sits in here and gets even more drier as it's split into the smaller pieces. So right now, I'm going to go grab some dry firewood from the rack inside the house, and we're going to take that outside. That should make a good amount of kindling. There are a lot of methods to making kindling. My choice is to use a Kindling Cracker, and this is the original design, the original Kindling Cracker. You can get these from Northern Tool. I know that they sell the original, which is this one, kindlingcracker.com, and you can see designed in New Zealand. I'm not sure where it is actually made, but I know that this is the original one. There's a lot of knockoffs on Amazon, so you got to be careful because you'll order one and you'll get one that is really thin here or it's really small. I've seen that happen to a lot of people on some of the different Facebook groups and stuff that I'm part of. All right, so I'm gonna put my gloves on and I'll take my first piece. I'll take this small piece first. This one's already kind of split in half anyway, so I guess that's a little bit cheating. I'll save that one for later. So I'll take this. This one's also kind of split. Take this split off. So what I do is I just barely do that so it stays on the Kindling Cracker. And this is a 3-pound drilling hammer, it's called. So it's got a lot of weight here, and you don't need to really swing this thing super hard. So I'll just give it a light tap, then another one, and you can see it's starting to split now. Now we broke that in half. So I'll put this here to kind of stage it, and then I'll do the same thing again. One tap, get it on the Kindling Cracker, and now you only need the one hit here. So there we go. And I'll just keep doing this until I get the small splits that I want. And this is about the size that I like. So I'll pick up the bigger pieces as they fall to the ground. Some of them I'll leave on there till the end. And if they do that split in half like that, then I'll go from the other side, give it a tap. And sometimes I'll just leave them together, but sometimes I'll pull it apart. This stuff's a little stringy because it's ash, but it makes really good kindling, especially when it starts to do that string business, because when you go to light the fire, you got this extra stuff in here, and the flames really like that. So we'll see how long it takes to crack some of this stuff up. And I'm really not doing much with the hammer here. I'm just kind of bringing it up, and I'm letting the hammer do all the work. And you can see, as I said, this stuff is pretty stringy, so sometimes that happens. I will take it, flip it around, give it another tap like that. Now we split through all the way, and I'll do it again, turn it this way, give it a couple taps. Now we got a bunch of pieces. And really a bunch of various sizes makes it nice for lighting that fire. Getting the initial bed of coals in your fire is really important to having a good, in a Breeo or in a secondary burn wood stove, a smokeless fire. So I'll go this one a little bit smaller here. And this one is not being a very good demonstration, but I guess it's real world, so it shows you what you can expect depending on what kind of wood you're dealing with. That one's good. This one. Again, this is that stringy ash, so you can see here that Some of it just doesn't want to split, and this one's still wet too, so. Here's a bigger piece. Give it a little tap to start. Then one big hit. Set that aside. Then tap it to get it started. Another hit. Another tap. Hit. Another tap. Hit. Now each species is going to split a little bit different. Some of this ash that I have doesn't have straight grain. You can see when I would try to split it, it would end up kind of making this triangular shape. And that's just how it goes, you know. But this I think is ash too, and it's looks a little straighter, so this one might split a little bit easier. Yeah. And also I think it depends on how dry the wood is. This piece I just got from my stand out here, which is tarped and covered, but like I said, it's been raining a lot here, so it is very damp out here. But see, this one is starting to do that. Kind of follows a different path. So I'll start here, and again, look at it split diagonal. Maybe this time. Yeah. Well, close enough. So here's what I've got. This will make some good fire starter, good kindling. What I'll do is bring this bucket back into the house, and it'll be in there in the warm climate. It is a little drier in the house, so as this sits in there for the next probably week or two, this stuff will be getting even more dried out, and it'll light even easier. But typically what I'll do is I'll try to use a couple of really small pieces to first get the fire starter to catch on, and then I'll put bigger pieces on top of that. And as they are cracking more in here, I'll pull them apart before I put them into the wood stove. It's 12:03 p.m. now. I started the first hit on the Kindling Cracker at 11:51, so 12 minutes total, including the video work, to make this bucket full of kindling. I think that's pretty reasonable. You probably could do it faster if you had a big stump in front of you, a chair and a hatchet, and I do have those things, so at some point I'll probably make a video doing it that way as well. With the hatchet I could make even finer strings of kindling, if you will. But I wanted to show you guys what you can expect with the Kindling Cracker, and this wood isn't 100% dry yet either. If I left it sit in the house for a month before bringing it out to the Kindling Cracker, I know that it would split easier and faster. But this is real world, it's wood. There's a little bit of dampness, there's some crooked stuff in the grain there, so you can see exactly what you could expect if you get a Kindling Cracker for yourself. Now, I really like the Kindling Cracker. I stand nothing to gain by saying that I like it. I just do. And I ended up buying a second one for our campground as well because it's super handy. You want to get a fire going, to get the coals going and to accelerate the burn. Putting in these smaller splits really helps things get up to temperature, and I have Breeos using these in a smokeless fire pit. If you really want to get it smokeless, you get it going hot and fast with some kindling, then you put your bigger pieces in. Really helps. So with that, I'm going to take my kindling bucket back in the house. I'm going to throw another log in the fire and enjoy the rest of this day off. It's the day after Christmas. It does not look like Christmas around here. It is very wet, and the grass is actually turning green again. Maybe we'll get some snow this winter. I'm not really sure. But I want to thank you guys for watching this video. Subscribe for more.